It'll be Lauren Scherf having a very, very good year. Beats Kelsey Griffin for the first tip, and we are underway in Ballarat. Jackie Young, the Notre Dame guard. Whitcomb straight away, the find to Scherf and the bucket as well. Or Jenny Screen. Yeah,
they're really good at running the floor and obviously getting into their pace game. The first 7 seconds, we see a nice little curl cut there from Brittany Sykes. They're punch alive in this one.
Young, the offensive rebound, and thrown away. There's Sykes again, getting the steal. Don't often see Marina Mabry mishandle the ball. Just under 3.5 steals per game. Brittany Sykes, the winningest player in Syracuse University history. Mabry now to make up for a little turnaround jump. Know where the ball's going before the ball does.
Yeah.
Brittany Sykes. And that's a partnership. Can't get the three. Young, another offensive board. The putback no good. Scherf there. Consecutive offensive rebounds. Make that 3 offensive rebounds in a row. The finish and the foul for Scherf. In the game against the Lynx 5 days ago. Can't get this one. They'll get another chance here. Strong move, Garvin. A beautiful find again from Whitcomb. Perth throw it away again. Wilson, does she pull up the 3? Smart will, and Smart will drain it from the corner. Oh. Wilson to Sykes. Sharp's checked into the game, is guarding her. Gets the step on her and on Garvin as well. Give and go with Mabry, confronted by a couple of Capitals, and another offensive board. This time Sharp out to Garvin, nothing but net. Outright leader, 3-pointers made this year is Darcy Garvin. Wilson slicing into the lane. She finishes. Jenny spoke about her earlier on, that depth off the bench. Britt Smart doesn't take the 3, but will settle for the 2. Get it back from Tapia. Britt Sykes. And then again, pull up from just outside the line. Kelly Wilson was trying to set up the Lynx. They're going to come away with it sharp. Shibatoni. Oh, the audacity of Garvin and the finish over Bunton. Young, the step back. Maybe out of respect for Kelly Wilson, didn't take that shot. Threads the needle on the pass to Garvin.
Down on that at around 55-60%.
The hesitation steps from Young to draw 2, and Isenbarger buries 1 from long range.
Back threes and punch ahead just a little bit as we edge closer towards the end of this first quarter.
Wilson frolling on the turnaround on the left hand is a nice finish in the paint. Shibatoni backs in and can't finish. Sharp, another offensive rebound. Garvin to make it really hurt, yes. Taya Burrows in for her first minutes. Another 3. 12 seconds. Good defence, has to settle for the fall-away jumper and gets a kind bounce.
And a couple of minutes here or there that you give to a player which may allow a rest to either a semi-Whitcomb type or Marina Mabry, as we see nice Jade Melbourne, as she's had a few early on in this first and second quarter. But it allows those players that are elite, like Young right there, to have a breather.
So 3-point lead to Tapia. Fantastic find in the corner for Melbourne, and now Griffin on the 45.
Shoulder injury that she's endured, as we see UC Caps come up with an offensive rebound.
Can Smart get the 3? Yes, she can. And they get their biggest lead of the game. Canberra up by 5. Mabry forces her way inside and gets the finish. Pleasure. Kayla Roof just left alone. Just alongside the elbow, knocks down the 2.
We've got a high-scoring, prolific game on our hands here. We're almost, you know, as we see Brittany Smart knocking down another 3, causing Perth Lynx to call a timeout. But last Friday, they hit 18 for the first quarter. They're about to hit 40, so we know what they're capable of. And at 400, and that in itself is an amazing achievement, considering we know who is in that top 10 of athletes that have done that.
Roots, but Sykes again, just elite defensively. Almost got barged out of the way by Scherf, which opens the door for Mabry. Just couldn't quite tell if she had a foot on the line.
I believe it was a 3 from my eyesight.
Smart answers back very smartly.
Them on their team, regardless how similar they are. I think Sammy gives you a bit more composure. She's a bit more point guard orientated. She can bring the ball up the court, as we see Mabry.
Blocks to start the second quarter. They went on a bit of a run. They went from trailing by 4 to up by 7.
Trying to regroup and claw back that scoreline, as we see Sykes just from one American to another.
Thought about the three. Rue shut that down, which gave Scherf the opportunity. Couldn't get the first one. Will mop up and get the second.
And potentially being a championship contender this year.
Sykes, who now plays with LA. Nice find, Griffin. Couldn't get it to Bunton. Goes back and finds it. And Marina Mabry missed each other by a year at LA. Marina now with Dallas. Jackie Young finds a path through and finishes. Toe-to-toe at the moment. 2-point lead to UC. Britt Smart has 4 3-pointers in this game. The no-look give to Griffin is good and gets the kind bounce.
Actually making that green and gold. She has to be reliable from inside the paint with her finishes. And I only hope and I implore her, as we see Darcy.
Melbourne got the screen, but Chimatoni wouldn't be denied. Nice inbound, and what about the sublime spin cycle move of Bunton? That's a
3. You've got to be, rewarding yourself with those offensive rebounds and those second efforts.
We're back underway. Young finds Garvin, levels the scores straight away. Defence from the Capitals on the back foot. Garvin thought about it. It's to the Olympic gold medalist in Young, who got the foul and the bucket. And in terms of imports and how we see Capitals cough it up. Mabry almost tripped over, but had the composure to find Scherf coming on the trail, and she finishes. Just waited on handing that off. Young, Garvin for 3. So a bit of ill-discipline from Mabry. Sykes just coughed it up. Chibatoni put Sykes up in the air. Knew exactly what she wanted to do there, and that's his textbook. Scherf the rebound. It'll be 9 for Lauren Scherf now, averaging 9.3 a game. Whitcomb steps in and finishes. Comes away with it for Perth. And Sammy Whitcomb had her best shooting year in the WNBA last year. He was averaging 46% from three-point land as Scherf this time. 11-point lead is the biggest of the game that Perth have been able to get here. Capitals just 3 points in over a half of basketball, and Scherf continues to inflict pain. Sykes, the spin, thought about the step back, and what about the find to Griffin? Ups back into the game, stretching the floor. Chibatoni up to Scherf, the mismatch into the paint on Smart, the kick out to Isenbarger. That's her second three-pointer of the game. To her in the first half. Mabry wanted the foul and gave up on it. Didn't even chase Sykes down the floor, and she gets the easiest of layups.
Able to put points on the board. It's only 12 points, and they haven't had a pretty quarter. They've only scored 5 for the quarter. As we see, Alex Chibatoni. She's had some really effective plays in the context of the game. Hopefully next time she gets that opportunity, she's looking at the rim.
Isenbarger, Chibatoni goes straight at the bucket, drew 2, and then found Isenbarger. Griffin. Whitcomb got the screen and gave it to Garvin. Isenbarger's feeling it at the moment, and she splashes that one in, her third three-pointer. And I love that Ryan Petrick says to a young player like Ashley Isenbarger, who pulls up for another 3 on cue.
With their minutes tonight, Mabry's sitting on the bench and in frustration, but credit to these youngsters coming off the bench for Perth, who probably don't get many opportunities.
The best defender in the WNBA and probably right now in the WNBL. Whitcomb, Wilson, and Whitcomb wins that little war. Nice the steal from Sammy Whitcomb there. Payer, Sykes right to left, step back, feign the pass and knocked it down from the elbow. Gives it back up to Isenbarger. Whitcomb lost Wilson, and then Euro steps inside, got the finish and the foul. Too, because the thought might have been that in that Boomers loss, that maybe just a lot of games in a row might have just started to...
Great job, and not to mention Sharp. She's only got 1 point, but she's done a great job on the glass. She's got 4 offensive rebounds and a total of 6 for the game. Their weekend, shall we say, away.
Mabry checked out of the game for a substantial amount of time, getting 4 fouls. Jackie Young in on the three-point party now. Capitals Eagles can't answer back, but Smart went and cleaned up her own work. Melbourne left all alone.
Kind of giving up offensive rebound opportunities or the ability to rebound like you normally would. Hitting another long range 2 of 3 for the game.
Gee, they've just got shooting all the way down the roster. Griffin gets another triple for her.
UC Caps, that it was like the 1-2 pass and then we're going to shoot it because we've got no other options happening. And then maybe they just ran out of legs as well.
Oh, that's a sublime find from Clinch Hoycard underneath the Clark.
Quarters for my liking from the UC Caps, and they'll go away and get better, and no doubt they will. But Perth are putting everyone on notice right now.
So just about a second differential between game and shot clock.
If I'm Perth right now, I'm loving playing at Ballarat, the way that these girls are stroking it from deep.
Well, you got the male, and then we got the example of what Mackenzie Clinch Hoycard can do from long range.